This is James Kalm, the guy on the bike, bringing you another half-assed report. And spring has sprung, stopped snowing, and the sun is out. So I'm going to run around here in Bushwick and pop in and see a couple of shows. Stay tuned. And we're going to run in here to Interstate and take a look at an exhibition by Chloe Seibert. And what's the title of the show?
Chloe Seibert, Who's He?
Who's He? Well, we'll start out and look at, I would call this an installation sculpture. It's titled Area Rug, and this is chain link on the floor, and they've got all kinds of warnings around here about don't let your dog or wear open-toed shoes here. And this is probably about 20 by 35 feet. But I thought it was interesting because it's another kind of a factor that you have to deal with as you're walking around looking at the pieces on the walls. Now these are all untitled, and they're plaster on wood. Get up and take a closer look here. And looks like Chloe has just poured plaster onto these kind of wooden ovals and then kind of carved out these faces. I think that's what these look like. Faces with her hands. And I don't know, but I imagine that these are on the heavy side. And you have to watch out because you'll trip over the chain link here on the floor. And I believe these are probably about 60 by 48 inches, something like that. Kind of vary in size. This one looks like a face with maybe tears coming down. And Chloe's just letting the materials speak for themselves. There's no pigment or painting or any kind of decorative element that's been added here. And more downstairs. Well, one of the things I kind of enjoy about Interstate is that this is kind of a rugged venue, a lot of concrete and cinder block, and so some of the work that they show here kind of relates to that. We've got a couple of large plaster sculptures here, and here I think Chloe is actually using a little bit of paint, but I was looking at these and sort of thinking that they're somewhere between a little Hummel figurine and a little piece from a Monopoly set, or and this one I thought was nice, maybe even a blown-up version of some little kindergartner's first try at sculpture. This piece is titled Corpse Flower, 2015 mixed media, 48 by 30 by 30. And, well, I guess maybe the plaster was just tinted kind of a off-white. She's got some kind of marking there. And this kind of goes along with the same theme as her area rug of incorporating a large space with this kind of brutal intervention. So this is titled, I guess, Welcome. And yeah, Chloe's gone over to the sheetrock wall And it looks like she's just whacked this thing with a hammer, knocked holes through there and made lines and letters. So this has been Chloe Seibert here at Interstate, 66 Knickerbocker Avenue. Well, we're up here on Johnson, and hey, let's pop into Signal and see what's happening. Hello. Well, we'll take a sweep over the gallery here. Well, we scared away the hipsters, so we'll just take a cursory walkthrough and look at some of the work by Sophie Hirsch, and the show is titled Autocorrect. Now, I just talked with the gallerist, and he said that they just opened the show on Friday, so he didn't have all the titles and dimensions. But a lot of this work is made with plastic bubble wrap, PVC pipes, and translucent polycarbonate sheets. But yeah, this is another example of an artist that's using a lot of what I would call industrial materials and just letting them speak for themselves. Now, part of the backstory for the show is that I guess Sophie's father had a plastic factory, and they had a fire. And it was just explained to me that this artifact was actually the largest remnant of what was left after that fire. I guess this was a bunch of plastic containers that melted down, and then Sophie made a mold and casted this out of some kind of black, dry, crumbly-looking plastic. Well, this is another kind of an impressive piece. Now, what we've got here is a bent pipe with kind of a blanket of this bubble wrap, and then she's poured silicone onto some of this, and it's suspended by a couple of like rubber bands or bungee cords, and although it has its own characteristic and is dealing with some very kind of high-tech industrial packing equipment, it is reminiscent of maybe Robert Morris and some of his felt pieces. This piece here is more of a conventional sculpture, and I was looking at this and thinking that, yeah, this looks like pomegranates, and I picked up the press release, and wouldn't you know it, I was right. So this is kind of nice. You've got the contrast of the kind of the minimalist cylinder, and then you cut it open and you've got all this organic, bubbly, seedy stuff popping out. This is another piece I thought was kind of fun. Now, this is PVC pipe and the polycarbonate sheets. And I guess that she kind of builds a lot of this at the site, but I like the way that she's using the tension of these rubber cords to hold it on the wall. She's kind of rolling and folding these large plastic sheets and using the tension there to kind of make them push out in space. This kind of made me think a little bit of Frank Stella, maybe. And I guess this black, or what looks like gray with the bubbles in there, is contact paper that she stuck on the polycarbonate. She's got some little suite of molds. So here again we've got this kind of industrial material, some kind of mysterious form that she's casting. I thought this was nice. So we've got kind of the negative form here, and there's the positive, or maybe that's the positive, the other one's the negative. And we'll wrap up looking at this piece. Now, this is fairly large. I'd say that that's probably about 10 or 11 feet tall, and probably about 10 feet wide. And again, I like the way that she's creating the forms just by taking these sheets of the polycarbonate and sort of bending them, rolling them, and then kind of draping and suspending these bubble wrap blankets. And I don't know about you, but I spent a lot of time disposing of or dealing with industrial packing materials, so there's a kind of a poignancy there. Anyway, this is Sophie Hirsch, autocorrect, here at Signal, 2060 Johnson Avenue. Let's roll on. Well, we're here on Willoughby Street. We're gonna run in and check out Transmitter and Tiger Strikes Asteroid. So I've got Transmitter here, and we'll run in and check out the other space. Well, we've got a couple of works on paper here by Skye Gilkerson.
Yes.
So, are you the artist?
No.
Do you know what is this ink on paper? Is that what we're looking at?
Yeah, it's the New York Times.
Oh, the
With
New
the
York Times.
publication.
Okay. And we've got some smaller collages on paper by Jeff Feld. And yeah, these are kind of interesting. Look like a back of an old clipboard or something. Rounded corners. Sandra Ono, Untitled, 1403. And gosh, I don't know what that is. Looks like black plastic. It's paint. Okay. This is John Bohl. Light bulbs, 2015. 18 by 22 inches. And yeah, looks like we've got maybe flash or acrylic and spray paint. It's a little low-slung sculpture by Lynn Sullivan titled Wrapped Ships. Plaster, paper pulp, ship models. Oh, these caught my eye. These are by Sandra Ono also. untitled foil and glue. It's another John Bohl button.
That's nice. There's the actual pieces.
It's more by Lynn. No. Yeah. This is a piece I was looking at. This is by Jeff Feld. The intention is pure and so on. Looks like this masonite wood paint. 38 by 44 by 30. Well, now we'll better catch these two pieces. These are by Erik Shane Swanson. Freeze pack moonscape. Scagliona. And Workaday. This is also Scaglione. I like the little figure in there. Okay, well, so this is Tiger Strikes Asteroid. Generative Processes. Alex Paik and Debra Ramsay, and we've caught up with Debra Ramsay. Tell us a little bit about the show.
Okay. Well,
actually, I want to go over and look at this beautiful strip of colors here. Tell us.
This particular panel, the colors were collected along a trail.
Really?
In New Berlin, New York, which is about 200 miles northwest of the city. And this entire project was about tracking 1 year of time by collecting colors from the same location. So
when you say you collect colors, how do you collect the colors?
Photographically. So I would start at a trail,
photographic.
The same specific trail, and
so each one of these is a different area that you've traveled over?
It's the same walk. It's the same location, different time of the year. So I visited once each season.
You really get the violet like that out there in the photographs in nature? Wow.
So I collect the photograph and then select one color, the most unique or the most ubiquitous color in each photo.
And how do you separate these out? So you're looking at a digital photograph? Is that what you're working with?
Correct.
And then how do you separate out the particular color that ends up here in the panel?
Bring the photo up on my computer screen and pick either the most ubiquitous color or the most unique color in the image. Okay. And then pair it with a program that the Golden Acrylic company made.
Good old Golden Acrylic.
Yes.
Okay.
And they would give me the formula to mix that specific color.
Well, we're going to glance at a couple of other works by...
Yes, this is
Alex.
Yep.
Okay, I guess this is modular wall installation.
Yes.
Hexagonal cubes.
Right. So it's a layering of these shapes, and you can see the color shadow.
Right, and the way that he's got these so that they're flat when you look at them, but then as you step to the sides, you get the more of the planar view of the color. Okay, I'm going to come back here.
This is another work of Alex's.
Very nice. This is generative process. So is there some kind of technical process that he's using to generate the colors?
Alex takes a particular geometric shape, and by pairing that shape with itself in various ways, it generates the form of the work.
Okay, that sounds like fun. All right, now we've got a little more complex set of colors. It's almost like you've got a little clothesline here with various color segments.
The same 72 colors that you saw in the first pieces, and they are arranged, it's acrylic on silk. They are arranged in the order in which I found them on the trail. So when you're looking lengthwise, it's taking the walk and collecting the colors. Because I was taking the colors by counting steps, when you look at each column heading towards the wall, this is the color I collected at the location in the spring. Behind it is the same location, the color that was collected in the summer, and then in the fall, and then in the winter,
So you've got a very sophisticated system of arranging all the photographs and showing where they were at in relationship to where you were walking.
Right. So in this direction, it's the year of time in one location.
Okay. I thought I was anal retentive, but you're setting new goals for me here. Anyway, Debra Ramsay here at TIGER STRIKES ASTROID in Bushwick, and we're taking a look at generative processes. Thank you. Okay. And as always, folks, say it. Thank you, Kate. Okay. Thank you.